What's up, everyone? This is Vishak here, and welcome to the 30-day challenge of procrastination paradox. So, what exactly are we going to be doing here is I want to walk you through the steps. And this is the workbook that I want you to take a print out, but then, of course, not this one, but then it's this. Okay, this is the sheet. Consider this like a worksheet or a workbook or whatever you want to call it. And I'll tell you how you can build the momentum by this, like A, B, and NB. A, B, and NB is uh, just building, stacking new habits or whatever you want to try to establish. Okay. So, uh, yeah. So the first one is like, okay, so before even you watch this, like you would not be able to understand this, or you will not be able to really like you won't get this unless you finish the entire course at the least of the steps, like the step one, step two, step three, step four. If you have not completed that, this might just go over your head, and you don't want that. And um, for you to really, get to this point, like day 30 to this one, you really need to be like building your awareness, building your momentum, the mindfulness. I mean, the whole lot of thing that I have actually covered in the entire course. And specifically the step one, step two, step three, step four, that is setting the priorities, planning your schedule, environment optimization, and how you can, of course, take the action, right? So those are like extremely crucial if you wanted to just get this done. Okay, so this one is just like a final run through for me to just give you the right instruction just before you begin, so you are able to better correlate and execute this one. Okay. So, setting the direction. So, I have clearly mentioned like how you can set the direction is nothing but the goal. Direction is nothing but the priorities. All right. So, I'm sorry, how we are going to set the direction, that is extremely important. So, right now, whichever the area, I mean, whatever the area that you have the most amount of pain in your life, all right, that's the area that you need to work on. Then that's the direction that you want to go. So, procrastination, you've been procrastinating on something, that something or one thing, whatever that is, that has to be done. Now, if that is the one direction that you want to travel, you want your life to move forward. When it comes to this particular direction, the direction is like, it could be your career, or it could be your finances, it could be your relationship, it could be your health, it could be your mind, the mental health. I don't know, like whatever your goal is for the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever that is, right? So this one is not going to give you the result. This is not for you to get the result of, I don't know, you want a better job. This sheet is not going to give you a better job, right? You want a six pack. This sheet is not going to give you the six pack. Okay, 30 days is not going to 30 days is not enough for you to get a six pack or $1 million. Let's just get a little realistic about it. Okay, so this one is for you to build a habit. So you don't create a future, you create your habit, and you build your habit, and your habit builds a future, something like that, right? I mean, there's a saying like that. So we are going to stack the habits by hacking the behavior, right? So how are we going to do it? Step number one is setting a very clear direction. You've got to get this the uh, to the bare bones of it. Okay, you have to see it. If there is uh lack of clarity, when I say lack of clarity, right, I mean, you can say, yeah, I mean, I need this kind of body, or I need this position in my work, I need this kind of business in my, I don't know, like that's vague. Okay, I'm not talking about vague, but even if you have a direction, that doesn't mean that it is clear. Like, you can have a direction, like, okay, I know where I'm going, but that's not enough. Like, you've got to get to the clear, because I mean, you've got to get crystal clear about the goal. Why? Because, like, every morning when you wake up, there is like a whole lot sort of exercise that I told you how to do that in step one. So you've got to get that done, like, to the absolute clarity, to to really get down to the specificity of what is the time, what is the date, what is the weight, what is the money, what is the whatever that is. Okay, and then comes stating the consequence. So here, when you really trying to establish a consequence. Okay, so consequence is nothing but, yeah, if this doesn't happen, if I don't do this, That might happen, right? Now that might happen again in the previous step one. I have clearly told you, you have to at least analyze and come to a conclusion. Okay, this, if I don't do this, I'm going to get that. That means you really have to push the limits and make it the best or make it the worst. Okay, I don't want to say it again. I'm not going to explain this all over again. If you want it, I would want you to go to the step one and again watch it. The step one, step two, step three, step four. However, just a hint: the consequence, whatever it is, it has to be again as clear as possible. ACAP is as clear as possible. Again, over here, set direction as clear as possible. So, uh, like, okay, in case if I don't get my job, in case if I don't get a new job, I'm gonna be like, I will not have money. Is that a consequence? That is a consequence. But is that a final consequence? No. If you don't have money, what happens? You're going to lose the respect from the society. You're going to lose the respect from people, from your family. You might not, like, your kids might not love you, or I don't know. I'm just saying, right? Or your wife might divorce you, or whatever. These things can happen if you don't have a job or if you don't have a money, right? So, whatever the goal that you're trying to establish, you know how important that is. And if you don't achieve that, what's going to happen? Now, what is going to happen in the reality, maybe just a little bit. Okay. But that doesn't mean that you've got to see that. You got to see the worst shit that can possibly happen and make that, like, you have to go into the threat mode of, like, if I don't do this, like, if I don't, just imagine this. If I don't look for a new job right now, uh, I will have to deal with the same workplace, like, existing job. That's one way of association. Or let's say that if I don't look for a job, I might lose my job. And because of that, there are a lot of things that can happen, and I might lose my family. They might just leave me. This can happen. Can happen, cannot happen, will happen, won't happen, that is secondary. But I'm asking you to make the connection in your mind as strong as possible. So push it as far as you can, make it as worst as you can. Or if I do this, if I'm going to look for the job, if I search a job, then I will get the job, and I can then push again, push the consequences. Like, again, if I do this, I'm going to get this. If I don't do this, I'm not going to get this. So whatever it is, you're getting it or you're not getting it, that part you have to really push it. Okay. If you're looking for a promotion, yeah, good. But why? Again, keep asking why. Why do you want a promotion? For a better money, better status, better things, right? Better things. Okay, what things? What do you like? I like a car. I like this bike. Or what bike? What car? What is it? Where is it you want to travel? Like, this has to be, like, absolutely clear. Now you got to make this association with this, like setting a direction. Okay, setting the consequence. Good. Now we have got the fundamentals. Then comes the daily task. Again, this is something that you will have to, you know, just see what are the actual task or the habit that really gets you to the goal. That is like the needle moving activity. That means, um, like, okay, if my goal, I'm procrastinating on searching for a job. Okay. So when I wanted to search for a job, and if I don't have a job, I know what's going to happen. If this is what, very, if I'm clear with this, now setting up the daily task and habits, tasks or habits. So when do you want to set this habit of looking for a new job or talking to people or whatever? So I'm just giving you this example, but whatever your goal is, whatever you are trying to, solve this procrastination problem on, you insert that one right here. Okay. So daily task is like every day 1 hour I'm going to do this. Like every day 1 hour I'm going to do this, or every day 5 hours I'm going to do this. So within the next 6 months, within the next 1 year, within the next 1 month, within the next 45 days, whatever that is, you are going to get the goal. At least you're going to go in that direction. Now that's a pretty good thing. So needle moving activities is, you know it, better, right? Uh, what are your needle moving activities? I unfortunately I'm not able to tell you something on this very concrete, because I want to get fit. That means needle moving activities are sleeping better, making sure that working out every day, managing my stress, managing my another all hormones and nutrition and stuff. So these are the needle moving activities. right? So I need to insert that wherever that is, and that's it. So I will be fit if I do this. You getting it? That's the needle moving activity. So establish the ones, the needle moving activities. Of course, it's going to take some time, but when you get that and when you put in the time on this, then you will understand. Now you have established your daily activities. So these are the things that I should do every day so that I'm going to get there. Okay. So you've been procrastinating it for so long. But now, okay, it's time to buckle up. So I want to create a habit where I don't procrastinate on this particular aspect. Look, you are still going to procrastinate. I still procrastinate on the things, but am I procrastinating on the things that is like slowing me down in my life? No, I would procrastinate on the things like shopping. I hate shopping. I don't like shopping. I don't like going out, and uh, I don't want to do that. Getting stuck in the traffic with the crowd, with that, with this. I fucking hate it. So what like you're getting the point. So what happens is like you're going to be procrastinating. Now the thing is like what the one thing, the one direction, the one habit that you want to do every day so that your life can get better tomorrow, after 6 months, after 3 months. You're getting it? Now that after that, then determine the time that you want to do that. Okay? Determine the time that you want to do. What time are you going to? You've got to get this clarity before you start the 30-day challenge. When you have these things, you will see how smooth and seamless things are becoming. All right. So determine the time. What time do you want to do it? That means you got to stick by it. You've got to stick by it. This is how you form your own ironclad discipline. Okay. So what time? So I'm going to look for a job every day from 6 to 7, or I'm going to hit the gym from 6 to 7 every single day. That's it. That means like, okay, so now I have the direction. That's your goal. I've got the consequence. If I don't achieve the goal, what's going to happen? I've got the daily task very, very clear. Now I've got the time this time. So this is something that you will have to uh, analyze your own lifestyle, your own circadian rhythm, your own body clock, your own life. How is it going? And based on that, you do it. Okay, not based on the comfort, but based on the performance, on your performance. If you look for a comfort, you will say, I'll work out after I come back from office, which you won't. So determine the time. So I'll tell you how to set the time for that. Okay. So what is the time that you wanted to do that particular activity for reaching your goal? I don't know. Yeah, I have had this. Okay. So you've got to determine the time. This is an absolute mandatory. Don't say that I will do it every day, but when? When is it? Like what time is it? Like not in the morning and afternoon and evening. It's got to be like 6:30 to 7:45. I'm going to be on this regardless of what. That means 6:30 to 7:45. There's nothing exists for you. Like nothing. Only your breath and your work, and that's it. Okay? So that's called as unwavering focus. So determining the time. Now, once you have determined the time, once you say, all right, I'm going to be looking for a job, I'm going to be starting this skill, I'm going to hit the gym at this time. Okay. Now, the time, now that thing, you try to make that as, uh, how do I say this? Like you try to just make that particular time. Let's say that I'm going to start looking for a job from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning. If that is the case, okay, if that is the case, what is the automated behavior that you are doing before 6 o'clock? What is your automated behavior? You've got to know this. The automated behavior is something that you are doing, you've been doing ever since you're born or ever since you understood the world. Eating, brushing, getting up from the bed, waking up, uh, I don't know, being stuff, man. I just like you get the point. Automated behavior. So that means automated behavior. I know I'm going to do this from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. I'm going to do this. So what is my automated behavior? I'm getting up and I'm brushing my teeth. Like that's happening. So I mean, if I'm starting at 6 o'clock to search for a new job, right? Apply for a new job, by 5:45 I should be out of the bathroom. Finish my brushing. That means after brushing, it is your new behavior. It is your new task that you're trying to do, this daily task. That's what you're going to attach over here. So you've got to do this. You've got to, again, association. Make sure that every morning I wake up and I search for a job or apply for a job. I brush my teeth and then I go to gym. Or I don't know. You know what this new behavior is. So this one you just insert. So you know what your automated behavior is, like anything that you're doing pretty much every day without even thinking, and it's a mandatory behavior. Attach a new behavior immediately after that. Okay, that means after brushing, I'll do this. So the seventh step is more important, removing the friction. Like you got to remove all friction, like everything. Um, let's say that, I mean, let's say that you want to hit the gym. That means your clothes must be ready, neat, folded. Your shoe must be right there. Again, it's ready. Your if you're walking to the gym, good. Or if you're like, if you're taking a vehicle, then it has to be like you also have a, I don't know, just have everything like frictionless. Like what your situation is, I'm not really sure what your situation is, but you've got to take away all the friction, like everything. Don't put your, like if you don't get your clothes from your wardrobe that you're looking for, and you're pissed off for some reason that happened, like for some reason that happened yesterday at office, and you're still pissed off, and you're looking for the clothes in your wardrobe and you're not getting it, and you've been thinking about it, something is stressing you out, and just one after the other, something, it's, you know what, I don't have my clothes. I'm not finding my clothes. Screw this. Anyway, today is gone, so I can't help hit my workout. That's it. That's it. So removing the friction. Again, I'm not giving all these details. I'm not getting into the details because everyone's goals are different. Everyone's daily task is different, and whatever the time that you're choosing is different. Unfortunately, I'm not able to give that. That's why I have clearly explained, like, step one, step two, three, and four. Watch it, and then you will know how to remove the friction. So removing the friction is direct. It's as smooth as possible, like as smooth. You finish your brushing, you finish brushing your teeth, okay? You wash your face, you wipe your face, and you open the bathroom door. When you open the bathroom door, the next thing that you're going to do, the very next thing that you're going to do is slip into the shoe and hit the gym, or open the laptop and start applying for a job. These are the two best examples that I can give, but I mean, not two best examples, but these are the two examples that I have in my mind. Apologies for repeating like a broken record, but you get the point, right? So removing the friction. Uh, I would say, if you can discount on one, if you discount on any one activity, like if you, before you start, if you don't have this, like even if you one of the step is missing, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Okay. So the instructions, it's like making the connection, association, right? Sentence formation. So do a sentence formation on this time, this one I'm going to do. If not, this is going to happen. Now, read that every day. Make this connection stronger and stronger in your subconscious mind. So every time when you think about quitting or not doing that particular activity, the first thing that your brain thinks of is like, oh, no, 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 I can't do that. I would be very bad. Things would be very bad in the next 6 months if I don't do it. One day, if I don't do it, this is going to be bad. This is going to happen. If it's not going to happen, but in your mind you are going to think like that. You're going to frame your mind in such a way, if I don't do this even for one day, that thing is coming. Like, it's a story, and your mind believes in the story. So the story is what, something that you got to keep repeating it over and over again, and eventually this association will become stronger and stronger. Okay. And for this one, determining the time. So when are you going to do this particular activity? Like when do you want to do it? Most people will say, I'll get back from office and do it, or during my bedtime I'll do it, and you won't do it, and by now you already know it. So my thing is, do the hardest task first thing in the morning, or the earlier part of the day, preferably. Why? It's not just about having a better time control, but also having a better performance. That means your subconscious mind is more receptive. You have a better energy. You're just out of your bed. That means you're like pretty solid. You're pretty good to go, right? You've got all of this. So I would suggest you to do the hardest thing. Hardest means more energy consuming, more cognitively challenging, more physically challenging. I don't know, whatever your daily task is, whichever is more demanding, taxing, uh, challenging, do that first. Okay. So practice this over and over again and strengthen this. I mentioned this already. I'm just reinforcing this point. Then comes the contingency plan. The contingency plan is nothing but in case, uh, if there are any guests, in case if there is a death, in case if I'm sick, in case if you know what I mean. Like there could be anything. Like life can happen and take you out of this doing it every day. So, what is a contingency plan? Again, think of one, uh, think of, how do I say? Okay, I'll just give this example, right? So, 6 to 7, you plan to uh, learn a new skill. Okay, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, you learn a new skill so that you're going to get the job. This is the scenario. So, on one particular day, your girlfriend called you. You crashed at your girlfriend's place. So obviously the situations are going to be different. You're going to wake up to a different place. You will not have that thing. And of course, you're going to have a lot of friction, a lot of friction. So, what are the contingency plan? Try not to crash at a place, number one. Or number two, crashing at a place is good, but the moment you wake up, you're going to go to your place. Then you can start doing your thing. Are you getting it? Like this one again, this is something that you will have to come up on your own, get a little creative, but go really hard on this. Because if there is no contingency plan, and if you continuously fail to do it on 2 consecutive days, third day you will most definitely will fail. Not third day, but maybe third day or third time you will fail. So if you do it once, it's okay. Or if you miss it once, it's okay. But if you do it twice, the third time is going to happen. Or if you miss it twice, the third time is going to happen. So make sure that you are giving that once is the discount, and that's it. Okay, one time is the discount. Next time, no, you cannot afford to, because second, if there's a first time, maybe may not be there is a second time, but if there's a second time, there is most definitely the third time. It's just a law. That's it. Okay, so once you have all of this clearly noted, now we will get into uh, the challenge. And you have to take a printout only this one, okay? Not this one. You do not need to take a printout of this one. So if you see like the old snake game in the Nokia phones, old Nokia phones, there's something called a snake game, and you keep eating the food like little by little. You keep eating. Eventually, the snake grows. So the idea is to grow the snake as big as possible, just the way it is. Okay, now what you can do is like you can again you can do this in an Excel, and if you want to do it for like 100 days you can, or if you want to try out with the first 30 days you can do that. Okay, so the idea is to not uh break the chain. The idea is to not break the chain. Like let the snake go as long as you can, as much as you can. Okay, so how do you do that? So what is your AB1? So here I have designed it for you to put like 3 habits. You can stack 3 habits for you to get to your goal. Okay, so in fact I should have put it as momentum challenge, momentum 30-day momentum building workbook. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So AB1 is a automated behavior one. NB is new behavior one. Automated behavior two, new behavior two. So 3 new habits you can incorporate in your daily life using this one. So you've got, again, I want to take an example now. Let's say that you want to learn a skill. So the idea is to get a new job. So to get a new job, you want to learn a new skill, right? So the final thing is to get a new job so that you're having a better life. This is the final one. This is the final consequence of the current goal. So in this particular direction, what are the things that are required? What skill am I going to learn? Establishing the skill, right? Uh, how can I break it down? Working on that, broken down skills, or the, I don't know, whatever that is required to build a skill, right? It's not one element or a component. There's a lot of elements. So breaking it down all together. So 1 hour I'm going to spend on building the skill. Second, second task or a second habit, I want to learn how this particular industry is, right? It's a new skill, maybe it's a new industry. So you want to learn how the industry is. And third habit that I want to build is, I don't know, look for a job. Okay. Applying for a job, because I'm learning the skill. So with this expertise, I can, not expertise, but with this learnings, I can, this is all hypothetical situation, but you insert your goal, your direction in this. So the moment I wake up, I perform better. My mind, my body, it performs better. So the hardest thing is learning part, learning and understanding. That is the hardest part. So in this particular example, the hardest thing is first. So automated behavior, I know it. What is it? I'm getting up from the bed. Waking up is different, getting up is different, right? So I'm getting up from the bed. The moment I get up from the bed, I drink water. This is happening every single day. Like after, of course, I have to brush, but after I brush, I'm going to do this. Now, so my first my automatic behavior, what I'm going to do is like getting up. So getting up. Did I get up? Of course, you will get up. So this is by default, put a check here. By default, just put a check here. This is not, I'm not activating all these options because this is not supposed to be done on a computer or a phone. Do it on a pen and paper. That's why. Okay. And stick this right in front of your workspace or the bed space or whatever. Okay. So you've got day one, automate. Did I wake up today? Yes, I did. Of course I did. Right? Done. Now, what is the hardest thing? Learning that. Actually learning and writing about it. A new behavior is learning. So this learning means reading, watching, whatever the learning is, like for your thing. What if you suffice that, then you get a check here. You get a check here, you get a one here, or whatever that is. So, okay, skill building. I'm learning the new skill. That is good. But I want to also learn about the industry, right? So my current expertise is into stock market, and I wanted to really explore and understand the Web3. I want to land a new job, or I want to land a new job in Web3. If that's the case, it's a new skill, right? So you're learning about the skill, that's different. Learning about the industry is different. So that's after what my water intake, I'm going to learn about the industry. After my breakfast, I'm going to learn about the industry. After my, you get the point. Okay. Automated behavior three is, again, I don't know. What do you, after my lunch, I'm going to do this. Or after I reach the office, I'm going to do this. In your life, so all our lives are different. All our lifestyle is different. It's all like different, like so much of variables. So this is not a 2 + 2 = 4 formula, although I'm just, giving you the foundations, the fundamentals for you to get there. Once you have this, once you're absolutely clear, all you need to do is, what is your automated behavior? What is your new behavior? What is your automated? What is your new? What is your automated? What is your new? So you should see anything changing from your regularities as a threat. If there is a guest at home, that's a threat. Threat as in not for the life or survival, but it's a threat for your new behavior. This behavior has to form. That's why. Okay. So that's a threat. So if you go to your new place, if you go to a vacation, if you go on a vacation, if you are shift at work, if that is changing, again, it's whatever the threat is. So for you need to come up with a contingency plan, and you have to be very clear with the contingency plan. If in case if I'm having the fever, what to do? You need to have that. I will not be able to give you because I wouldn't know what that is. right? So in case if things are breaking down, things are breaking down. If things are breaking down, what is my contingency plan so that I can get my stuff done? You getting it? So the thing is, like, regardless of what happens, you got to put this in your mind, uh, like, uh, like nail in the wood, like so hard. You got to put this in your mind, like, regardless of what happens, I'm gonna score 30 here. So if you put just one here, one, automated behavior, you don't have to put. I mean, if you want to put, you can. Don't want to put, that's fine. But new behavior, one. So this one, it's all gonna be one. Okay. This is just a framework. You can design it however you want. You can just put it as A, B, and NB. Just put it as the whole thing, or however you want to design it, you can design it. But this is just a framework for you to understand. Okay. So over here, if you scored 30, now here's the thing. You scored 30. That's good. Now continue. 31, 32. Put this in Excel. It's that easy. You start with 31 and 32. Okay. What you really need to understand is when you go on this particular trajectory, on day number 45, there could be something crazy that happens, and then it's just going to throw you off. However, when you fell down, you fell into the hands of contingency plan, and your new behavior is taken care of. That particular day was like pathetic. It was very bad. It's extremely, like, really, really bad. Because you had a contingency plan, you did it. You did it. You keep doing it. Like day number 66, day number 80, day number 540. I'm just making it up. So even if in case in the future, in some time in the future, even if you just give up, let's say that you have a vacation, you genuinely achieved your goal. I'm just saying, right? You achieved your direction. You went there, you're like, boom, you're killing it. That's awesome. Now the thing is, like, even if you go off the track, even if you just go off the track, there is so, like, you have done this like so many days, like 30 days or 50 days or 500 days or whatever. You have so many days you've done it, and that sense of accomplishment for your brain is a reward. That means tomorrow, when you're going to start off with a new project, you can use the exact same framework. And you know already that, hey, you know what? I mean, regardless of so many things that has come, and I have done this. Like I have done this. So doing a 30-day is not a big deal for me. Doing a 100-day is not a big deal for me. I can get to that point. I have done this in the past. I can do this again. Now, this is a level of confidence. You will do it. Now, this is a subconscious mind telling you that you can do it. You're getting it for the first time when you're doing it. You've got to be really mindful about all this one, that one, and all that. But for the second time or third time when you're doing it, you've already done it once. So you know it. Now, even if things get difficult, you know what to do. So there's nothing that can take you away or derail you from your actual journey towards this. So that's the idea. Okay. So if you want to stick with 30, good. If you want to stick with 100, good. If you want to stick for 6 months, 1 year, whatever that is, all you got to do is just put AM. If you want to put AM, you can. Or if you just want to put, like, preferably if you put AM, it would be better because you're not understanding. So I finished my brush, boom, one. I finished my thing, boom. I finished eating breakfast, one. I New behavior, whatever, one. Okay. So this is just a sample workout. Stick with 30. 30 is a pretty good number. Uh, Once you're done, take another printout and again go for the second time, third time, fourth time. That's it. And that's it. All right. So use this. I've used it, but in a little more advanced way because I'm running a business, so I have got quite a lot of tasks. But I'm not saying that my score is not 100, but I'm good with 90. You know why? Because I'm not, like, my goals are pretty high. And even if I'm hitting 90, I think I'm pretty good, which is not acceptable. I know it's a substandard, but maybe that is something for me to work on the next year. All right. So you get the point. So 90 to 95 is a pretty acceptable score or a standard that you can have in your mind. From there, you can just take it forward. All right. So thank you. Stay hard. Kill it. Keep fucking going. That's it. I know you can do it. Bye bye.